Hey guys, I'm Captain Foley.
And I'm Coggins, and we're talking Discovery, the season finale of Discovery. We're breaking down things, bits, and bobs. Like what we're talking about today, Stuart, which is what?
Well, it was established that there is, in fact, an Orion embassy on Kronos, which is perfectly legit. I mean, whatever. There's even like an Orion district kind of around it, which again makes kind of sense. Where the low lives assemble, because the Orions are the same in both universes. Apparently, the mirror universe and our universe, which is fine. Gotta love the Orions, right? But we're going to talk a little bit today about the area, the embassy, because we don't really see the embassy per se, because the embassy would be an official building. We kind of see like the back alleys and stuff,
Yes.
and clubs. So
And
we're gonna
street
talk
food. Very classical street food.
Yes, I mean, you got SETI eels being cooked, fried SETI eel. It's good stuff.
Do you think they went to SETI Alpha 6 and got them?
Yeah,
I assume so. So, in a few years, do they travel to there and then just say, "Oh, there's an inhabitant. There's humans there. We don't care." So, like, imagine if Khan was like, imagine if he knew that 2 miles that way a ship landed, harvested, bugs for like 6 months and then left. It's like, damn it, I could have taken a lift, but they didn't care. That'd have been funny. Whole time.
could have been, or it could be that they're maybe indigenous to more than one planet. Maybe they were introduced to SETI Alpha by accident or something. Who knows? But anyway, so I guess this warning spoilers and all that. If you're watching this, you shouldn't have clicked it if you don't want spoilers. But
Standard fare.
exactly. So this is like the one spot where it's close to. It's for the landing party to beam into because it's close enough to one of the entry points to the underground caverns, so they can launch their drones. So, and just because I think it's because it's the Orion sector, there's probably less security there, maybe.
Yeah,
Because
weird.
the other option was the council chambers, the high council chambers. I mean, that's not a great one.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, either a flooded area, the council chamber, or the Orion, embassy. And Orions are weird because they've changed a bit in the history of of Star Trek. In TOS, it was the Orion slave girl. So take from that what you will. If it could just be a slave culture where some women are enslaved, or it's a subclass. Take it from what you will. And then in Enterprise,
The animated series, there's the Ryans. Ryans in that have like pink outfits and pink ships, and so the animated series is kind of but yes, they are a more stronger force there.
Okay.
But that's like the pirate fleet kind of thing. So
Orion Pirates,
it is shown in the
Yeah.
animated series.
And in games and stuff, you fight Orion pirates. They're like the common, classic pirates of the universe. In Enterprise, they reverse your expectations. They have the women be the leaders of the subjugators. The ones that control because they're pheromones. So it's a nice little role reversal there. You only get to see the one dealer and the three ladies. So it's not again a very micro. Oh, and I guess you see the outpost as well, selling slaves a little bit later or earlier. So you don't really get a big sense of what they do. They're just sort of the generic black marketers, I guess, of the galaxy. And so, it's fun to see street food vendors with a apron. Because the culture's not defined by them being barbarians. It's just average workers that work in the embassy on Qo'nos. And, it's a match made in heaven. The Orions are these pirates, these good-for-nothings in the light. But in the dark, they're, good information brokers, good weapons brokers. Yeah, give them an embassy. Watch them like hawks. But yeah,
and we see like an Orion strip club. At one point, we see an Orion's arms dealer outside dealing in illegal weapons, just on the street. So I mean, obviously, there's not much going on as far as Klingon security or whatever in the area. I don't think there are quite a few Klingons in the district as well.
Yeah, it's clearly it's all Klingons and all Orions. It's a nice little mix of
and humans apparently, because the Klingons don't seem surprised that there's humans there. They kind of call Locke out once and say, "Are you spying for the Federation?" To which she starts speaking to them in Klingon, and they have a roarous ruckus old time. So
well, like we said in other reviews, the Klingons aren't genocidal against humans. It's against the idea of the Federation itself. It's a principle thing. So, we've seen Harry Mudd and, the not the governor, whatever his dad-in-law's name is, they're civilians, they're whatevering. So are they welcome on Qo'nos? I mean, why not? But didn't they say specifically that no human has set foot on Qo'nos in 100 years since Archer? They might just be meaning Federation formal, because they didn't make a big deal of these people being the first humans set foot on the Qo'nos. That was sort of glossed over, so I'm assuming it just meant informal relations.
Yeah, I thought it was a little odd that the humans were just wandering around on the enemy's home planet. I mean, we know they're cutting up the Federation, so... And I know not all Klingons are warriors, but it just seemed odd to me. But then again, with it being the Orion district, Ryans and humans look very similar. Maybe Klingons are colorblind. They don't see the difference in skin tone.
Yeah, they're not racist like we are, as humans. Well, it's interesting. I mean, a part of an embassy is that counts as your own sovereign space. So, does said sovereign space also count up? So, a human ship could fly down in the Orion little tunnel and then land. Would that be legal? I mean, if it's their space, I'm sure the Klingons might be a bit more like, yeah, no, you haven't got your own rules here. What do you mean you're on Qo'nos? You eat gach, we kill you. So I can imagine it would be less friendly about it. But, I mean, this might be the area you see other races, because it's the Orion area. Smugglers, all shapes and colours.
Yeah, we should have saw the Millennium Falcon. I mean, that would have been cool.
As Firefly, if this was Zoic Studios, would have been Firefly.
As for the sky above, whether it's sovereign territory or not, I mean, it could be like international waters, like 65 miles out kind of thing. So 65 miles up is Orion territory. I don't know how that works. But
yeah. But it's nice. I mean, it opens up more questions of what other embassies, what other races do the Klingons think are valuable. I'm not going to say worth it, I'm going to say valuable enough to have embassies. And I think this is kind of what they were going for originally, and they've kind of failed miserably, is to show the Klingons as other people, as general people, as just another race, develop them. If this had been right early on, seeing them doing average is bar at an embassy of an alien race, not exactly normal, but you know what I mean, doing these non-warlike things, like that game was really cool, and peeing, whatever, other thing. I mean, getting a tattoo, that'd have been cool if you'd zoom up on a tattoo art, a big Klingon tattoo would have been kind of nice. This was as Burnham said, this is Pill's home. The Empress was wrong. This is someone's home.
Yeah, these are people going about their daily lives, just being people. And as was established in Enterprise too, when the lawyer said, "You don't think we're all warriors, do you?" I mean, there are farmers. There are all kinds of different levels of Klingon culture. So,
I think season 2, they've failed the Klingon arc, what they were going for. But if going onwards for another season, so for season 2, the only time we see Klingons, we see Klingon trader, Klingon black marketer, Klingon poet. We see everything but a Klingon warrior. This is not about the Klingon Empire. This is not about their war. All we see is the outer of the Klingon culture. So we still see Klingons, just other. That would be great.
Well, and we're going to talk about this more in a separate video, but the whole situation with Vok and Tyler, and L'Rell and Tyler, what happens, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as well, because he doesn't really fit into that world, but he doesn't really fit into ours either, as they kind of established. So it's going to be interesting to see how him going with her will play out. And we are going to talk about that in a separate video as to what we think might happen as a result of that. But that might give us the opportunity, yes, to find out more about the Klingons. Now, I have the feeling, though, that in season 2, they're going to kind of forget about the Klingons or not really focus on them at all, really. I think it might be, the odd passing reference, but I don't think they're really going to focus on them. That's my thought, anyway. I don't know how much they're going to follow the Tyler character, or if he's going to just disappear for a little while and come back later.
I mean, Game of Thrones introduced Daenerys in season 1. Takes 7 years for her to get to the main cast. Takes a lot of build up, but boy, is the payoff strong. Imagine
I
if
don't.
every episode we see 2 minutes of her and them together doing something important, and season 3 all comes together. Yeah, it'd be much better, much cleverer, much stronger, for sure. But we're talking about the embassy specifically. I mentioned in our review. Set design wise, it was good. It wasn't too Star Warsy. It wasn't really too much of anything. Like, I got no Orion vibe, but there is no Orion vibe really. They weren't developed enough. The fact that there was green pill everywhere was the Orion vibe.
And they were dancing. I mean, that's been established since day one. So
Yes. Well, day 0 because it was the pilot.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and as I kind of said, we never really saw the official embassy.
Yeah.
It would have been neat to see that, actually. It would have been neat to see kind of what is an official Orion embassy. Are there official Orions? Because they seem to be very much a pirate-like culture, as was kind of established in both universes even. So is there an official government that really,
Well, same thing. Remember, all Klingons aren't warriors. All Orions aren't prostitutes, slaves, and pirates. This is just the bar that we saw. Yeah.
Well, even an Orion himself, though, says, you were asleep and I'm an Orion. That's why I was cutting the thing off your arm to steal it.
But he's also a dodgy one getting high in a bar. So,
I know. But
you wouldn't take dating advice from a crack dealer in a brothel in Amsterdam.
How do you know? Maybe I would.
Now, I will bring up one thing that I said previously. Andorian Embassy? No, not Orion Embassy. I find it really bizarre they beamed into a street about 7 feet from a guy that's peeing, another guy's asleep. No one notices. Here's the beaming, the light. There's no sensors to detect it. This is a race that is pirates, aggressive, or at least these guys are, and there's no Klingon defense force saying, "Ooh, Federation beam signature." It was very, very easy.
Yeah. Well, as I said in the review, that could also be because they're expecting stuff from orbit or, site to site on the planet maybe, but not necessarily from the underneath the planet, subterranean level up. I mean, I understand that, yeah, it gives off a certain amount of energy when the beam in comes in, but it's like monitoring our whole planet for a gunshot. I mean, yeah. There are listening posts in major cities. If there is a gunshot detected, they can kind of locate it based on when the sound hits certain things. So I kind of maybe get that, but with it being the Orion district, it could be different. And like I said, not as high security because there's illegal arms trading happening on the street. I'm sure.
Well, is it illegal on Qo'nos? It's probably not illegal. It's just arms buying and selling. It's only illegal.
True.
Although, to tweak your analogy a little bit, it's more like a missile, because the explosion has more power, than a bullet, being fired from under the ground to hit the surface, say next to the, Israeli, whatever, embassy next to it. You'd hear it, you'd see it, there'd be energy more than just a bullet. And no one sees or hears or just where that no one, like, I'd expect them to beam into a room or somewhere secluded. They just beam in the middle of this place, next to people. And this is a federation. This is why, at least when they did the last time we've been to Qo'nos is Into Darkness, it was a non-Federation ship, non-Federation uniforms, and they landed without beaming. That was all, it was just a non-Federation ship. This was, everything about them was just, what I mean? That would have been almost nice to see that sort of take. It's just too easy and not enough risk. And honestly, if it is that easy, I mean, this is the blind spot. Why on earth aren't Discovery jumping back to Qo'nos and spying on the Klingons? I mean, they've got a flawless rescue route for L'Rell and Tyler. They know in the Orion sector on Qo'nos, next to a thing, they can beam in people in and out undetected. They might not then be able to get out of the embassy, but I'm pretty sure they can. You know what I mean? It's a pretty flawless, and if beaming is that free, then you just beam inside the embassy from somewhere else, and then next to it, then you just beam. It's a pretty, that is a serious way of getting in and out of Qo'nos. A bit of a flaw in the security. But like you say, it's a big planet, and even if they are in the future, you can't accommodate for everything. I would have an active scan on for something like an enemy beam, an energy signature. Especially with Discovery, that they can jump anywhere. I guess they haven't seen them back yet, but still, I guess it's too complacent in your own backyard, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem with the beaming thing personally, because like I said, it is a big planet. Can't monitor every square inch of it. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But anyway, so yeah, we saw Orions, which was nice, and not really darks. There's obviously different forms of Orions as far as skin tone goes, because the ones that we see in the dancing are actually fairly light skinned. Which in the trailer didn't even really look green or Orion.
And I think they were color graded to not look green to preserve that tidbit, because they've done it before, so you know.
Yeah. So it was just interesting to see kind of the Orion kind of way of life, more so than we have already seen established. So I thought it was really well done.
And I think the bottom line, super normal. They weren't the baddies. They weren't doing anything too bad.
Wow.
Except getting an innocent girl high to then steal stuff from her. Apart from that, I mean,
and prostitution and illegal arms
that's
dealing.
Legal.
And,
hey, she asked for it, literally.
And selling Gormagander, which is, we know, an endangered species of space whale.
It's delicious though.
It's Gormander on a stick. So there is illegal stuff going on for sure. It's probably like Japan, how Japan does whaling and stuff. Not saying anything bad against that. It's just, you know what I mean. Different countries, different planets have different.
I do think they missed another beat though by not showing Klingons with hair.
Yes, I agree.
Variety is a spice of life, and they said we're going to see Klingons with different uniforms, different styles. I mean, this was your chance, especially with the ending, the Enterprise, spoilers, all that stuff, showing more conventional than Klingons, showing smoothheads, showing the variation. We said since well before day one, Qo'nos, the homeworld, will be the most diverse, and it'll have the most conventional foreheads.
And you would think the augment virus has hit; those guys would pretty much be outcasts still at this point. Considering it's only been like 100 years since the smoothhead virus has started to go around, it would make sense to see some of those smooth-headed Klingons kind of in this district, kind of the outskirts.
Yeah.
The cast.
I think they said, 5 colonies got infected, and then that's then interbreeding. I mean, you've got billions, and they weren't going to be exterminated. So, you're going to see some somewhere. Just one would be enough. It's just weird. And I do remember them saying, if you recall, remember San Diego Comic-Con, I mean, they keep saying this to try and appease the fans. Then they say, Takuba was a really old sect, everything was old, therefore they look different. It's like, no, it's just what the Klingons look like. There's nothing special, that's just reimagined.
Just make up to hide the actors so we don't know that it's Tyler.
Yeah. Just give him a big beard and big hair, and he still calls him Kailesh. No, Kailes. Everyone says it Kailes through all the later once they developed it iterations. Even Klingon saying Kailesh, not Kailesh. Just call him Kailes.
Kailesh.
Stop. I know. It was a fine embassy, and it was a good redress of, like you said before, the Emperor's Palace set with a fine exterior, which I'm sure was a redress of the enemy camp thing, maybe, or who knows. Yeah. It was good.
But that's it. That's all we have to say about it. What do you guys think of the Orion Embassy?
Or at least Embassy grounds.
And the reason we're doing this episode first is because this was the least spoilish out of all the things. We want to give people a chance to catch up. We do have quite a few good things to talk about this week based on this episode, so stay tuned.
Yes.
As I always say.
It's the season finale. We can't not have spoiler videos, guys. This is why you come to the channel, to look at what we think.
That's right. But anyway, this was the least spoilery, so that's why we're doing it first. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on the Orion District, the Orion Embassy? Do you think they should have been able to beam in undetected, or do you think that they should have been easily detected? What do you think of the Orion slave, or the dancers, the different skin tones? What do you think about the Orions in general? Just let us know. Please, in the comments.
If you want to support this show, this channel, everything we do, support us on Patreon, the monthly donation service, like a lot of YouTubers use, or a one-time donation at Trekyards.com, or like Stuart said, share this. Anyway, I think Trek fans would enjoy it, because without your love and support, we can't have our own love and support because we want to make it for you, and if there's not enough of you that watch, then we less reason to make it. We want to make it and talk about Discovery, talk about normal Trek and Prime Trek and Ultimate Trek. So much to talk about, guys.
We love Trek. There's a lot going on. And if you like this video, please click like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out the Facebook group. There's a lot of great conversations on there all the time. And share this around if you feel like it. And until next time, I am Captain Foley.
And I am Commander Kungs.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.